Hey, what's going on, everybody? I didn't really plan on doing a show right now, but I got a new toy, and I couldn't wait to test it out. So, I'm pretty sure all the smart people out there can figure out what I just bought. So anyway, what's going on? The whole IP gate thing, well, it looks like it's pretty much over. Dolphin and Ice Queen are both banned, and we haven't heard anything from them. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it depends on if you're friends with them or not. Oh yeah, and of course, bad girl. She's in the spotlight again. Seems like she's on every show now. Her name is being mentioned. About a little over a week ago, she made some thread about, well, it was kind of making fun of all the Jesus people. It had some really funny pictures in it, and a lot of people caught feelings, even though they were warned ahead of time. So let this be the official announcement. If somebody puts a disclaimer in a thread about, if you're easily offended, don't go any further, take their advice and don't go any further. A lot of people seem to skip over that line in the first post. What else? Oh yeah, today's a really good day, especially if you live in Washington, D.C. The Washington, D.C. is now officially part of the United States again. The Supreme Court struck down their really rather retarded handgun ban, so all you ladies who live out there in D.C. can go out and buy you a pistola now. Yeah, so now Washington, D.C. is no longer Soviet communist land. It is now a part of the United States of America, protected under the Constitution just like the rest of the country. And people all over the country are shaking, especially in places like Chicago and San Francisco. They're already getting their case together so they can, stop any lawsuits that might be pro-gun owner. Heaven forbid the gay people in San Francisco get guns. They might, shoot each other. Nah, they won't do that. They're too busy partying. However, in Chicago, this will be really interesting to see the handgun laws be overturned, because Chicago right now has a very bad crime problem, and usually when civilian handgun ownership goes up, crime goes down. So I'd love to see Barack Obama and all his other Looney Tune leftist friends explain that one, especially since Obama is so anti-gun himself. But I don't want to make this into a political show, so let's move on to something better. Of course, our little Almody friend, he's been quiet lately. I think he's banned too. A lot of people have been banned recently. I don't know how you get banned from Lipstick Alley. I mean, only rule on there really is not to out each other, and it's pretty hard to do that anyway. So, just obey the rules and you don't get banned. The administrator, she added a lot of new features. We got new blogs now, and the new blog software, it pretty much screwed up the titles of everybody's blog entries. So you're gonna have to go back and edit all your blog entries so they don't all have the same name. And she also added this thing called AlleyTube. I don't really know why she did this. Maybe she's just addicted to features, but it seems kind of pointless, but it's cool nonetheless. And of course, things have been kind of popping in the religion forum. Everybody knows that George Carlin died, and then naturally all the little Christian trolls all over the world have started to fall out of the woodworks and say, "Ooh, that God should not be mocked." Da 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 da. Well, George Carlin lived twice as long as Jesus. He lived longer than Martin Luther King Jr., and he lived longer than Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. So I think God, if he's up there, he has a really fucked up sense of humor, because he let one of the most vile anti-God men on earth live longer than his most cherished ambassadors, I guess. And of course, we've got our resident homosexual homophobe. He's preaching in the thread about, I don't know, he's always talking about something really stupid about, oh, you gotta be saved by Jesus and such and such and such, and basically he's just an annoyance. We all know who this person is. No need to mention names. In the relationship forum, there's this big debate going on about, should a woman ever pay for a date? You need to go check that out. There's a lot of women out there who think they should never, ever, ever have to pay for a date. Well, I hate to break the news to you, but you're a grown adult. Grown adults know how to pay for their own meals every once in a while. My theory is if I pay for the first date, if there's a second one, you should pay for it, because you have to agree to go on the second date. If you don't want to pay for a second date, don't accept it. I mean, it's just like that. I'm not looking to take care of a grown adult. I want somebody who can pull their own load. What else? That's it. Nothing else to talk about. This is a good 6 minutes. So, ta-ta and toodles until next week, I guess. Bye.